may have heard of living together apart, but a new trend called parallel living is on the rise. Couples share a home, but little else, living side by side, yet emotionally apart. Experts blaming technology, busy schedules, the whole nine yards, but singles can actually take some steps to avoid falling into that rut ahead of time. Joining us now, Kim Rosenberg, a professional matchmaker with It's Just Lunch DC, sharing some tips on building lasting connection. Marissa and I were actually talking about this parallel living. It's an interesting concept. So tell us a little bit about what exactly it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's when couples are living together under the same roof, but they're not sharing that emotional connection. So you want to think of it more as polite roommates, right? They share the space, but they're more living side by side as roommates or friends.
So what would some of the symptoms be if you are in a relationship and you feel like maybe you're in a situation where you're parallel living?
Well, it really starts at the beginning, right? When you start dating, right? You want to date with intention, right? So, you know, that first date, you got to build that foundation. You really have to build the communication styles. You have to be present when you're dating somebody. You want it to be about experiences, right? So you can make sure that your communication styles align, your lifestyles, your life stages. That's the key really from the beginning. Otherwise, you know, moving in together is only going to magnify that gap, right?
Absolutely. Do you find this as more of a generational thing, something that's more forthcoming in today's day and age, or is this something that's been going on for decades? We just have a new term for it now.
I probably think it's been going on for decades. It's just more apparent now. I hear about it more and more, to be honest.
Really?
Yes. And I think it just really does build that gap between people. So it does start at the beginning of that relationship, and you're going on dates where you're going to have experiences. You're really going to get to build that foundation, really get to know that person, be present, you know, no distractions, including technology, right? So that's where it all starts, and then it goes through the stages of your relationship, because we all know bad habits, you know, will last a lifetime, right? They're hard to break, right? But building those good habits and being present in the beginning and really trying to get to know that person. Be intentional when you're dating.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you a little bit about, some of those habits. How to build some of those early habits from an early get-go with your partner.
Yeah, and you know, exactly. You know, it really is being intentional in dating, right? You know, my client said It's Just Lunch. Love, you know, one of the things I love is that they come to us. They are really looking for that meaningful relationship. You have to invest in yourself and the time and really getting to know somebody, because again, it starts at the beginning and that goes through the stages of a relationship. So you have to choose yourself, those good habits, making sure that you're present, putting down your phone, right? You have to have time for yourself, and that quality time is really important to get to know somebody, especially at the beginning, because again, it's going to only come up, you know, as relationships, you know, move on, and they'll, you know, unfortunately, a lot of those might end. So.
Yeah, this is very insightful. Hypothetically speaking, what happens if we throw children into the mix with all of this when it comes to parallel living?
It's just another distraction. Right?
Wow.
So you're already living these separate emotional lives, where you throw kids into the mix and you have activities, you have kids going to sports. It's just an easier, you know, technology. It's easier to have even more distractions and really grow apart as a, you know, as a couple.
Yeah. Okay, number one tip that people at home can use.
Be intentional.
Okay,
yes,
that's the word of the day, intentional.
Yes. You have to be intentional, and that starts from date one.
Awesome. Kim, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Where can people find you if they have more questions? I know you've got Just Lunch DC.
Yes.
But where else can people find you, on social media or anything
social
like that?
Media, yes. Social media is great, and we're always on, you know, out and about, honestly, as well. But you know, our website. But we've been around for 34 years, so a long time.
Fantastic. Kim, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. I will send it over to you, Makia.
All right.